Howdy friends, we're getting Catherine rosining up the bow here. We're doing bow demos today, and we have, this one is an interesting one. It's stamped Albert Nurnberger, and it has a stamp before and after the name here. I actually had it serviced here. I don't do a lot of the repairs on the bows, and was happily informed that this is basically a $6,000 to $7,000 bow, and I thought it was more in the $1,200 range, and I was informed thusly. So we have it here. We have it with Catherine, and she's going to demo it, and let's see what we think.
So this bow is smooth like butter. Wow. It is really smooth, so light. Oh my gosh, it's so light. I can't think of a butter brand that like is buttery and light, but we're just gonna go with it. The 54.6 grams, like for me, it really makes such a huge difference, especially if you're going for, a lot of the lighter tones in music. I think this would suit extremely well for if someone is playing, this is just from my experience, if I were playing Bach, I would want a lighter bow for some of that more like kind of a Baroque sound. I'll play a little bit of Bach here in a second, but I just love the lightness of this bow. It's like, it really feels like it's just such an extension of my hand. If you've seen some of the other demos, and I'll show here, the one thing I'm just going to comment on so far is that this leather portion is just a little too close to the frog for me. Watch some of the other demos, and I lost my bow somewhere here, but there's my thumb has a big indent in there that I'll show later. I just like having a little bit more space between the leather and the frog, and so if that's your preference as well, a luthier can fix it. Don't be like me, go to see a luthier, and just make sure you can get that adjusted. It's a very easy and relatively cheap fix, according to my knowledge. is about 59 grams. 59 grams. And so there's a 5 gram difference between my daily bow and from this bow. And so anytime that you're switching weights, you have to be really mindful of how much effort that you're putting into doing any kind of short bow stroke. And so even as I was playing the William Tell just now, I had to actually use less effort because the bow is so light and sprightly, it just does it for you. So as you listen to that segment, over time the ricochet kept getting cleaner and cleaner because I was actually letting the bow work for me, which is exactly what you want in a bow. You want the bow to work for you. You never want to put in too much effort, especially if you're a professional player. You don't want to force the bow to do what you want, then it's just not the right fit for you. But this bow really did a lot of the work for me, which is awesome. And I really had to relinquish control because it's so light, it just really bounces on its own. And going back to the Chartis, it has a very crisp and clean sautille bow stroke and spiccato bow stroke as well. And I used the Leatherwood light and crisp and clean, one of those two, rosin, and it seemed to pair very, very well with this bow. Each of those notes is not only very clear, but it's also rounded. It's not percussive. It doesn't have extra sounds to it. You just hear very clean notes. Which is what you want in a bow. So this is an extremely articulate bow. It sounds really, really, really crisp and clean, which is awesome. And you barely have to work for those spiccatos and for the sautilles and for the ricochets, which is awesome because it's less pain on the right hand as well. Admittedly, I don't remember anything after that. I'm just gonna be so real with y'all. But playing the Bach, it's like you just let the bow pet your strings and it just glides over, and it has phenomenal contact with the strings. It really feels like you're almost like the feeling that I have in my hand is like petting an animal, like you're petting a cat. And I really feel that contact and that feeling with my hand. I'm not pressing, I'm not forcing anything, it just really happens. The sound just emerges out without really any effort, which is again like so phenomenal for such a light bow to be able to do that. It really speaks to the build and the quality of this bow. It's really, really amazing. Oh, Mozart would sound amazing on this. So for those of y'all who are familiar with Mozart and violin, it's like Mozart's music has to be like so pristine and so clean and so styled. when I was studying it in college. Like that was all my teacher talked about. It was like drilled into my brain. And this bow just like, I hadn't played that before this demo. I hadn't played that piece or even tested the bow out. And it just, like, it just handled it so well. And all of the articulations were so clean. I was able to phrase. It just really accomplished everything that I needed it to accomplish. And it's such a versatile, light, and really, really amazing bow. This is like a professional bow right here, 100% advanced professional. Like you use this in orchestra, in classical music, solo works, whatever you need it for. It just really, really does it. It's amazing. So if you're a professional, you're looking to upgrade. If you're advanced, you're looking to upgrade, or you're an intermediate and you're like, I want a nice bow that's going to take me all the way to the home game. This is for sure your bow. It's light, does everything. It's stylistic. It really fits the style of Baroque, classical, and romantic music. It just really, really does it so well. So this is really a really phenomenal bow right here in Review of Violin Shop.
Awesome. Thank you for the wonderful demo. Just for context, this is Catherine's 7th demo today, ranging from bows from 60.79 grams down to 54. So bravo for you for handling and being able to just pick up almost like you're driving a car. You went from a monster truck to a Ferrari, and you're just like, hey, I do this every day. So anywho, it's any questions, any comments, please leave them. And Catherine, bravo. Thanks, friends. Play on.